Hey YouTube, how you doing? This is John Wilkins, your core coach. Actually, I'm called the core coach. Anyway, I'm here with Perri CoFrancesco. Hi, Perri.
Hi.
And what we're going to talk about today, we're going to cover like two topics, two short topics. One of them is um, what were you like? First of all, tell us about you a little bit. What school do you
So
go to? All
I
that
go to
stuff.
Pope John. I'm a junior. I just started cross country and track this year. I was never a runner before. I just started running in like late July.
Mm-hmm.
I was a thrower last year, but I wasn't happy with it, so I decided to run this year. So it's new to me.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you were a thrower
hmm
would in discus?
Discus and shot put.
Okay, disc shot put, no javelin or anything like
No
that?
jav.
Okay, that's cool. So you did that, right, for a while,
hmm
and then you're a certain build that when you do that,
Right.
right? So why in the world would you run?
I just I don't think I was healthy mentally or physically. Like I would have a bad meet for shot put and it would just affect me mentally very badly.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't think I was healthy physically either. Like typically throwers are bigger,
Yeah.
but I was so thinking about that, like I wasn't worried about eating healthy, like just stuff like that. So I wasn't healthy
Okay. All right.
overall.
So that's an emotional thing too,
Yeah.
right? So in that, first of all, hats off to you for even thinking that way. Like most people just don't think that way. Most people are happy. Like when you see throwers and stuff, they go home and they pig out because they think they want to be bigger so they can throw farther,
Right.
right? So you already knew that you weren't healthy, you weren't feeling good, and then you made the actual switch, which most people don't do.
Mhm.
So what was it like making that switch, number one? Number two, what was it like running for the first time?
So making the switch was really scary because I was on a team with, well, I knew that I was going onto a team with a ton of girls that have been running for a really, really long time. So I'm like, how am I going to fit into this group? They've all been running since they were like 5 or 6 years old.
Mm-hmm.
A shot put thrower. I'm not considering myself a runner yet. So it was really scary. Like I started out, I was only able to like run for a minute, then walk for 2 minutes.
Uh-huh.
And I just like built myself up from there. But it really like affected me very positively mentally too
Mm-hmm.
because I became healthier, but then I also became like more confident with myself.
Right, right.
Yeah.
So let's hit that healthier part. So you probably just started eating better,
Yeah.
right? So did you search for, because you weren't coming to me at the time, were you?
In the beginning I
Yeah,
was.
yes,
Yeah, yeah,
yes,
yeah.
yes. So, and you at first didn't ask me about nutrition.
No.
So, where did you gather your nutrition information to make you just switch?
Well, at first I just eliminated like the ice cream and the chips,
Mm-hmm.
like just all the unhealthy foods and I just tried to eat healthy like to start. And then as I got further like down in like my journey, I started to incorporate like different types of foods like, oh, I need to eat this much protein or like this much fat or like I'm running, I need to have enough carbs too.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then I came to you and asked you like for
Yeah.
different food
And
suggestions.
then we planned out like a strategic plan, but
Yeah,
kind of still going on a philosophy of what you already learned.
right.
Because the worst thing in the world is for me to come in like a ball of fire and say, okay, well, you're doing this all wrong. Let's eat this way. And then you won't be able to, do it. You won't be able to,
Right.
last a long time doing it. So that also gives a person confidence because they say, hey, at least I was on the right track,
Right.
right?
hmm
So when you started running, you started entering these meets and stuff like, what was your times in the beginning?
My first 5K time was 35 minutes.
Wow.
Yeah. My
Okay.
first 5K time was 35 minutes.
Okay.
hmm
And what's it now?
So I ended my season at 26 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
but now it's about a 24:15.
Okay.
So it's gone down a lot.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. So now that you did that, is there like some future for you in running? Like, do you want to run in college? Do you?
I'd really love to run in college. I know that if I want that to happen, I have to work really hard this year with
Mm-hmm.
everything. I need to keep eating healthy.
Yep.
I need to run every day.
Yep.
Just really work hard for it. But yeah, I'd love to
Mm-hmm.
run in
Mm-hmm.
college.
Now, let's talk about the weight loss.
Okay.
All right. So you came from throwing. What'd you weigh? You don't have to tell me the number if you don't want to, but.
No, I could say the number. I was about 215,
Okay.
220.
All right.
Uh-huh.
I'm 215 right now. So just to give people an idea what 215 looks like, right?
Yeah.
And then for you to actually think, wow, at 215, I'm throwing. Was there like something you thought to yourself, like, wow, if I keep going this way, what does my future hold? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Mm-hmm.
And then that was one of the catalysts to help you get
Right.
into running instead of throwing?
I just, like, sure, like, I could throw a good distance, but I couldn't do anything else.
Yeah.
Like, I couldn't run the warm-up lap around the track.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I couldn't keep up during warm-ups. Like, when I first started coming here, I couldn't do a plank walk around the room.
Right.
Like, it
Yeah.
was just hard doing
Yeah.
anything else at
Yep.
that weight.
Yeah. So how much you lost?
Right now, I'm up to 46 pounds lost.
Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Okay. And then, you and I talked recently and we set some goals for this year, because come this spring, it's a full year that you ran?
No, because I started running in the summer. I started running in July.
Oh, okay.
So it's not even a full year in the spring.
Right. That's pretty awesome.
Thank you.
So what we're going to do next is we figure out your body fat, then we figure out from your body fat what you want to be as far as in, body fat, and then we figure out how much that is in poundage, and then we also figure out how many calories it takes for you for what you're doing, plus to feed yourself, but not so much that you actually start using your fat for fuel,
Yeah.
So that's our next step with that. But, that'll be another podcast for us. But our goal really is converting you over to a full-time runner.
Yeah.
It's basically not weight. It's what's the number you need for college?
So right now I run about a 656. I need to get it down to like a 640, 630.
Yeah, I see
at
it.
least.
I see it happening. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're gonna actually base your weight on running faster.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So that's awesome. We'll do another podcast on that because we want to get deeper into that nutrition. But we're here, and this is what we do here, right? So you mentioned earlier you couldn't get around the room plank walking,
No.
right? Can you get around the room now?
Yes.
Right.
It
So,
took a while,
yeah,
but yes.
that's all right. That's fine. Here, there's like a certain determination that you already had that you applied to your everyday life, and then you applied it to running, from throwing to running. Did you use that same, how you get that going to the bar?
Yeah, like I kind of just told myself that it's the same as running. Like I have to be able to push myself. Like I couldn't get down like one part of the room. So I was like, okay, like I need to get down this part of the room. Like I need to push myself to do it. Because if you don't push yourself, you're never going to get any further.
Right.
So it's like I had to learn the same thing with running too. Like if I was walking every 2 seconds, I wasn't going to get better at it.
Right.
So it's the same idea here. If I didn't push myself, I wouldn't have gotten all the way around.
Right. So now we can actually do full workouts.
Yeah.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Perri, thank you so much for coming on. I know you were a little nervous, but you did awesome.
Thank you.
And we're going to have you back, all right?
Okay.
And we'll do a deep dive into your calories and what you eat and how we broke it down and what's your future goals and, where you went from now to when we meet up again.
Okay.
All right?
All right.
All right. Take my thing off and let's go.
Okay.